Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafting with Jeanine. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Octopus 2.0 or Bloomin' Octopus bow, whichever you like to call it, using 8 colors. So for this you're going to use 8 different colors. I'm going to show you doing a 7/8 inch ribbon, but as always I will put the measurements for all the different sizes in the description below this video. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So first off, what you're going to need is 8 different colors cut to 4 inches long for the 7/8 inch wide one. And then I'll put the measurements for the other ones. So first thing we're going to do is make our reference square. And doesn't matter what width you're using, the method is always the same. So we're going to lay it across. And we're just going to fold behind. Just so we get it. Because like I've said in the other videos, is we want it as wide this way as it is this way. So just needs to be a square. And this is the easiest way to get the square. So I'm just going to heat a little bit and make my reference. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange them in the order that I want them. So like this one, I have them going in the circle this way. So that's how I'm going to arrange them in front of me. So I'm going to go red, orange, yellow, green. And that's one side. And then my light blue, my dark blue, and then my dark purple and my light purple. Now the colors have names, but we're just going to go this way. So I have them set up this way so that I know which way I'm going to put them together to get this. So the reason why I put squares on each of them is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and so the ones on the inside here, like this, those are going to be the ones that have this little twist to them. And then we keep them in this order so we know which way we're folding them. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and this one. And since I made the square on this one, on the bottom here, right here, I'm going to take and I'm going to put just a couple of blobs of glue right here in each corner. Doesn't need to be a lot, just a small amount. And then I line it up right there, the two ends. So that gives me the size that I need the easiest. So like when we did the other ones, they were just long pieces and we just folded them. This way it gives me that long piece, but with the different colors. So I have that. So I'm going to start. On this side, for the first one, is my square is to my left. So I'm just going to fold down, and then twist up. So I have this. Line up my edges. And then this one comes and twists like this behind it. And then I'm going to throw my stitches. So like always, I start in here. Making sure all edges are lined up. And then I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Most important step is this last stitch has to come up from the top. Then I'm just going to pull that one through. And I'm going to set that down. So now we move on to our other ones. So since my yellow is my inside, we're going to put the green one this way. And we're going to put a couple of blobs of glue here. Just a little bit here. A little bit here. And then we just line them up. So that we have this. So now since I'm doing the other side of this, my square is going to be to my right. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Fold over, twist up, so that we have this. And then we're going to take this one and twist it up behind, making sure all of our pieces are all lined up. And we're going to stitch the same way. If I can pick up my needle. There we go. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm just going to pull it all the way down. So now I have this. I'm just going to pull everything all tight. Just get it all tight and lined up. Make sure everything looks right on that side. And then I'm going to pull it tight. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my needle and just go back through and get through all the layers. Just like that. Then I'm going to adjust and fix and make sure it looks like I want it to. So it looks like this. And then I'm just going to throw a knot or two in the back here. Just to secure it. And then we snip. So now we have that. Now this next step is something I like to do, and it's just for me. You don't have to do it. It's not super important. But I'm going to flatten this spot out right here. So I use a wood burner, and I'm just going to take it and just run it across here. And then I just push it to my glass board. And boom, now I have a flat spot. So that when I connect the two sides, they all line up. So now I'm going to start from my top one, because the way I want it to go is like this. So in order to get this, that's why we arranged them, because we're going to start from our bottom left and work our way down to our bottom right. So I'm going to start here and here, and we're going to put our little blobs of glue on our dark blue. Now these are just to hold your ribbon in place while you fold and stitch. Since we're not using one full piece and we need different colors, that's how I figure to hold them in place. Then we're going to do the same thing, is we're going to fold and fold and twist just like that. And then we're going to twist this one up. Just making sure everything stays where I want it to stay. All lined up right on the edges. Then I'm just going to do my stitches. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Last stitch coming out from the top. And I did that wrong. I did it backwards. So remember, like I said before, and I didn't even follow my own advice. This is where we get a little messed up. Is how I wanted him to go. Since it was light blue, my two inner ones are going to be my inner folds. I totally did that backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make my crease on this one and do it the right way this time. Simple mistakes happen. So now I'm just going to do that. Same thing, only the right way. So if you ever catch yourself doing it a little backwards, just pay a little bit of attention before you get it fully assembled, and then you can do like I did and just adjust. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And since I'm doing it on the glue side, it's a little tough to get through. And then 4. There we go. That's what I wanted. I'm going to snip this little bit extra off here. Just like that. We're going to set that one down. And remember how we were doing this before. So now I'm going to put it on the light purple. A little bit there. A little bit there. And there we go. I put my glue dots on the bottom so when I stitch through I don't do like I just did. So we're going to fold over one. Fold over. Twist up. Line it up. Take this one, twist it up behind. And we're going to do our stitches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got a little bit of glue on my needle. I'm going to show you a trick. So when I do that and I push my needle through some glue, I'll run my lighter up my needle and just... It's basically melting the glue off my needle. Because sometimes when you're doing some stuff, you have to sew through the glue. And this just helps get the glue off your needle. Alrighty. So now we have this. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull everything tight. Make sure we're where I want them. So that when I go to adjust, they're going to be where I want everything. Pull everything nice and tight. And then we're going to feed our needle back through. There we go. We're going to pull it tight. And we're going to adjust and make sure everything is where we want them before we secure. Just like that. There we go. And I'm just going to throw a couple of knots on the back side. There we go. And we snip. Just like that. Okay. Now I have this. And I'm going to flatten my edge again. Just like I did before. I'll take my wood burner and just flatten this out. The other thing it does when I do this is it just essentially seals all your layers together too. But I just like a flat surface to work with. So just like that. So now when I match it up together, I've got them in the order that I want them. So I'm just put a little bit of glue right here. And then I'm just going to hold them in place for a few minutes. I'm holding them still like this because if you don't hold them long enough, they'll separate because the glue hasn't dried yet. And I don't want them to pull apart when I go to wrap my centerpiece around. There we have it. It's our 8-color Bloomin' Octopus bow. And I'm looking for a piece of ribbon to wrap around it in my scrap pile over here. Okay, just going to heat my edge here. So now I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times. Just put a little line of glue right here. I'm going to hold that in place for just a second before I start pulling on it, because I like to wrap mine real tight. So I'm going to go around once, and I do like to wrap them twice. So there we go, and that's 2. And then you just snip, seal, and glue. And now we can pull everything the way it's supposed to be after we just manipulated it. Just like that. And there we go. And then I'm just going to spray them and stiffen them. And this is how I like to do the 8-color bow. Now, there might be some other methods out there, but this is how I like to do it, and this is how I find it easiest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will put a link to my Facebook page in the description below, as well as a link to the full video on these, like showing more in detail, because I kind of went really fast on this because I just wanted to show you the way to do it with the design, along with the measurements for the different sizes that I've come up with and all of that. So once again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. My Facebook link will be in the description below. You guys can come and chat with me, show me pictures, all that other stuff. So please, please, please come over and see me and subscribe, and happy crafting!